What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Down to Earth with me, Kristian Harloff. All right. So, James Fox, to me, is one of the more prolific documentarians and researchers in the UFO topic. I've had the pleasure of speaking to him on one of the shows that we did, and I got a chance to interview him about his most recent documentary. But one of the ones that he did that I thought was the most intriguing was Moment of Contact. He's had some more follow-ups on that. If you're not familiar with the Varginha case, you should look into it. You should watch that movie. I'm not telling you that you're necessarily going to start believing in alien sightings and UFO sightings and things of that nature, but I think it makes a compelling case. I think it's an interesting case that the people there and what they see and the kind of collaborative interviews that are given there. But he's been talking about it a little bit more, and more footage been kind of coming out. Now, the documentary is a bit older, but he's been now talking to some more people that were in that room, following up on it. And this is what he posted, James Fox, and I want to read it. So he writes, the first time in history we gather all doctors that were involved with the Varginha case in the same room. Listen to this small segment about their colleague and alleged firsthand witnesses to the alien neurosurgeon, Dr. Italo Vittorelli, and now the film is live. So there's new revelations for the documentary itself, but check this out. Here's a segment that James Fox posted.
I'd like to ask Giannini how long Giannini has known Italo.
Faz quanto tempo que o senhor conhece o Ítalo?
Desde que ele chegou em Varginha.
Ainda usava fralda.
Okay. So a long time. Safe to say a long time.
Cheguei há 48 anos.
48 years.
48 years.
Você chegou menos.
Dr. Armando, how long have you known?
35 anos.
35 years.
35 years. How long have you known Italo?
35 também.
About 35 years too.
35 years. So, doctors, when he says he saw the creature in captivity at Regional Hospital, do you guys believe him?
Então, quando o Dr. Ítalo fala que ele viu a criatura em cativeiro, né, no CTI, vocês acreditam no que ele fala?
Com certeza. Deixa eu fazer uma pergunta. Doutor Cesário.
Tem credibilidade para isso.
Doutor Cesário e doutor Ito, já viram infecção bacteriana comum correr dessa maneira em 7 dias?
Okay, so these are kind of new revelations and revisiting it, and especially after the things that have been said recently. I'll tell you, the interview, I've been really diving deep into the interview that Jesse Michaels did with the former president of the one of the republics of in Russia, and it's fascinating. This guy was the president of also the chess federation in the 90s, and in this detailed interview that he gave, and just, these people kind of high note, and I think that I bring that up because these doctors of high note were speaking about this. Like, what do they really have to gain by giving these interviews, right? And more information like this coming out, but you know, for the Moment of Contact, the new revelation of alien encounters, you got to buy the whole thing, whether it's on YouTube, whatever it is. But there's a trailer for it, so I want to play the trailer itself.
Have you been exposed to undeniable confirmation of a non-human intelligence craft?
There is something out there, and we should know as the people what it is.
Do you believe that the federal government is knowingly concealing evidence about UAPs from the public?
100%. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
Non-human, exotic origin, vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
For the first time in history, the names of alleged companies and gatekeepers analyzing recovered alien technology are being exposed.
Are any of you willing to name specific individuals?
Dr. James Ryder at Lockheed, Glenn Gaffney, CIA.
For decades, we've heard allegations of the retrieval of objects of alien origin.
In 1933, some disc-shaped object crashed.
It was not anything from this earth.
A UFO crashed in Kingman.
Didn't drop out of the sky. It had to come in on an angle.
The feeling I had during the encounter was like no type of aircraft that I've ever seen before.
I saw the evidence. It's a crash retrieval, there's a craft, and there's alien bodies.
But one of the most well-documented UFO crash retrieval cases involving live aliens took place in Varginha, Brazil.
It is a crashed vehicle.
Dois seres extraterrestres foram capturados, depois posteriormente foram levados para o hospital.
Meu nome é Carlos de Souza.
Meu nome é Cátia Xavier.
Meu nome é Liliane Silva.
Meu nome é Valquíria Silva.
Em 1996, eu vi uma criatura estranha ali.
Fui até o local. Quando o general de brigada falou para mim que era assunto de segurança nacional, morre por aí, acabou.
Deu para ver nitidamente. Era um charuto voando.
O negócio da agenda, eu nem quis tocar, tem outro bando de tinha aqui na bala. Levaram para Campinas e Campinas levaram para os Estados Unidos.
Now, for the first time in history,
Nunca vi caso assim.
we have the most compelling first-hand testimony.
Todo mundo surpreso. Assim, qualquer que ia sofrer uma punição muito severa.
Of communication with a live alien in captivity.
Aqui, ó. Foi aqui. Os olhos eram como se fosse uma gota de água.
How much time did he spend with the alien in the room?
3, 4 meses.
Okay, so that's, if you've seen Moment of Contact, a lot of that stuff was in it, but then he does the follow-up with the doctor itself, and the initial thing that we showed there with the doctor who was talking to the others who said, okay, look, we had this interview with this guy. He's talking about this. Here's a bunch of his colleagues, so you know this isn't just some guy that has lost it, got fired. And here are his colleagues. He's kind of a renowned guy. They believe him. It's like, okay, you're a good doctor. You're a good doctor. Do you put your reputation on this guy? Yeah, we do. I mean, I think that should go a long way. It won't pass, like, if maybe you're watching this and you go, yeah. You know, it makes a compelling case. But I mean outside of it, where it's that same age-old thing I do in every video that I've been doing for the last 3 years of like, how does this not move things forward? Because even look, and a friend of mine, and she's very open-minded, and she knows that I'm interested in this topic, but she doesn't know anything about it. So when I was talking about the Jesse Michaels interview, and of course I said, look, this was a guy who was head of state, and he said he visited an alien ship and has seen aliens, to which what do you guess she did? Okay. Right. And inside that interview itself, he pretty much said that that's one of the main things that he feared was speaking up about it. And I'm sure that these doctors kind of feel the same way. I also understand the reasoning behind why James Fox would do a follow-up to this. I mean, when he was making these documentaries, the topic was still obviously very popular. It has been for years upon years, but it hit a level of understanding within the public and became less cliched over, or less taboo, I should say, over the last 3 years. It's still taboo, but not as taboo now as he showed inside the beginning of this. There's more acceptance in the government. There's more people who are coming forward. So I don't know if capitalize is the right word. Maybe it is, but it's a matter of, okay, well, now maybe we repurpose this and add a little bit more or revisit it to show the stuff that we did now for people who didn't see this beforehand can now see that with a follow-up to it, which I think is smart. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think, I like I said in the beginning of this video, I think it is the most compelling case, especially when you hear all the interviews and you see the emotion that's coming through. They show that one guy even in this follow-up piece of the guy who's looking for that spot of where the ship landed. And I've been there so long, and then he inside of the interview realizes that this wave of emotion that comes over to him. I highly recommend this, and I wish that somebody like a Netflix or anybody else would pick up Moment of Contact, because the number one problem for these documentaries, age of disclosure included. Age of disclosure had a lot of PR, which was good for it. And then a lot of people saw it, and I think even Nancy Mace recently saw it and said after seeing it, she wants to now question Marco Rubio and all this stuff about it. Whatever. It's still getting people talking about the subject, which was a good thing. The bad thing that all these documentaries have, age of disclosure included, this one included, you're asking people to pay like $15, $16 to watch it, right? Overall. It is not... A lot of you, and I saw a lot of you give me shit about it when I said it, that charging people $15, $16, you should want to support it. It's not you missed my point. It went right over your head. The point is that people are scrolling through things, whether it is, they're going to find more clips on this stuff through TikTok and other things and watch the full documentary if you have to pay for it. Because there's other things and other subscription services that they are subscribed to, be it Netflix, Amazon Prime, Max, whatever. Amazon, what I think I said that. Whatever. Point is, you have these things, and so you're looking at I don't want to pay for something. I'm already paying $15, $16 a month. Why am I paying an extra $15 just to watch this one thing? And let's say you're not even into the topic that much. I told you guys how I discovered this topic, and the topic for me was a documentary that I saw on National Geographic. UFOs Exploring the Unknown, and pay for it. I guess tomato, sure. Yeah, you do pay for it. You pay for the subscription service. I'm saying the pay-per-view side of it. And I think that more, what I'm hoping is more of these streaming services start to see how interested people really are in this topic, and they start picking these things up. There was one that was on Netflix not too long ago, and it was Spielberg produced it and other things, and I'm surprised that Netflix didn't pick up Age of Disclosure. I really am, especially with all the other stuff that they pick up. I'm surprised they just didn't pick it up outright. And it could be deals. It could be maybe Dan Farah didn't like the deal he was getting, so he decided not to do it. I think that is, I don't know what deal he's offered. So I can't say whether it was smart or dumb for him to walk away from it. I don't know what the deal was, if there was even a deal. Same goes for any of this stuff. Moment of Contact, the follow-up stuff, and the fact that James Fox pretty much, like, I'm going through it. He's got he's selling it on YouTube. How much is it on YouTube? What the hell is that? Good Lord. Let me see. So if you go to, I'm trying to see how much it is here. If you go to buy it, if you go to watch it on, let's say, Apple TV, can you watch it on Apple TV? I'm looking at Apple TV. Apple TV, it is. Oh, can you watch the whole thing? No, it's. I'm looking. Give me a break. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So if you go to buy it on YouTube, it's like $15. I will tell you this though, if I'm and you guys, you can give me crap about this again. I'm bored with it when you give me crap about this stuff. I don't know. It's the same thing with the you should watch Age of Disclosure covering this thing. And yeah. This one I might actually get for the $14.99 because it's, to me, stuff that I don't know about. I've never seen this kind of interview. I've never seen I haven't covered these stories. I haven't seen minus the doctors here. So I'm interested to see if there's maybe some new stuff. I don't like what James Fox does. Not to say I don't like what Dan Farah does. I don't really know. But I will, once it comes down in price for Age of Disclosure, I'll probably wind up watching it or if it releases somewhere. I will. Yeah, go ahead. Have a blast. You're the best. I hope you have the best time of your life. But to me, Moment of Contact is one of my favorites of all time. And to see what they're going to do and how they're going to follow this up will be interesting. But I just was intrigued by that. Just the fact that he's sitting there with that doctor, and James Fox gets emotional about this stuff. You know, that he's pretty attached to this. And you remember, he didn't even want to do this initially, this Moment of Contact stuff, this case. So for me, that is more of a compelling reason for me to check out this information, and we'll see what happens. So what say you guys? You on board? Not on board? You think that this is legit? You think that what do you think about the case in Virginia in general? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Comment, like, subscribe. I hope you have a great holiday if I don't see you here tomorrow. And that's it. Thanks again. Bye-bye.